So yeah, the last of it. Last 4 signs. And yeah, let's just say something came up. It's not the best right now, but anyway. But before I start, pretty much I'm at only needing 24 hours left of watch time, and I'm at 4,000, so yay! I'd be more enthused, but you know, mood, energy, the mood and all surrounding me, like personal life is, so I would be more ecstatic, but don't really have the means to but anywho, so, and we'll figure on something to, you know, celebrate the 4,000 watch time. Woo! That way I can actually get the bloody monetization on, and then we can go from there. And because of just how hectic last night and the, you know, kind of the week has been so far, I'm just gonna just pull, because I clearly do not remember which ones I pulled. But if I do remember, then I'll just pull again. So Sagittarius would be the first one. And their deck is the, I believe this is the Epic Tarot, I believe. I could be wrong, but it's the one based on Greek mythology. One Dark Goddess and one Daemon for each of the signs. And yeah, we'll go from there. And as always, bear in mind this is intended for, you know, whichever sign it's intended for the ascendant, but if you just know it as your sun sign, that'll work just as good, if not the same. So we'll see what comes out for Sagittarius, the Alchemist. Sedna, Abandonment. And then the Daemon come alongside Sedna. Is Prince Duke Epes. I believe that's how you say his name, Epes. Yeah, it's Epes. Let me see. That's very interesting to have him have a head and feet of a goose, the mane of a lion, and the tail of a hare. And as for the tarot part, heart of the matter, death, or like pretty much this main theme of the month of May. Well, we have Thanatos for death. Mundane everyday financial standing is 3 of Wands. Communications, interactions with other people. Learning your subjects. 9 of Wands. Got a lot of flaming in here. I don't count, okay? Obstacle, motivating force. Sun, not much of an obstacle, but a big motivator. Love, romance, cheesy, woozy, woo, but also spirituality. Two of Pentacles. And suggested course of action, Six of Cups. Okay, so right off the bat, just getting these pigeons lined up. So, right off the bat, you may have to abandon a long thought out strategy because you're not able to adapt with it. And unfortunately, something may have looked like it wasn't going to be a joke, but it was serious, and you abandoned it. And now it's potentially saying that in the month of May, and having that Death card with Thanatos, the theme of this month is going to be a big transformation and taking something that wasn't serious and then forming it into something much better. But the way that you might have to abandon this idea that's not really taking you seriously or not really giving you the best attention and the required attention as needed, you may have to have it kick the bucket because it's not serving you to the point where it needs to. For your health and finance and sense of security, you may be getting you might have to get a little bit like, you're gonna have to give me your rights, kid. You're gonna have to give me, your land. I'm gonna have to annex you from it. So you might be taking on a position that somebody else was trying so hard to get, and then it was stuck between you two. But you're the one who was able to make the decision, and they're kind of pleading you to not take it from them, but you're still going to take it from them. When it comes to your health, you might actually be in a situation where you're trying to get some assistance with your health and well-being. But don't let whoever is giving you care kind of not allow you to be involved in your care. Because in this depiction, we have, I don't know which king that is, but the king figure is kind of like pleading not to have his crown be put on, the other guy's head. So you might have to be a little bit feisty and letting them know that, hey, this was really my kingdom, and if you're going to be getting my crown, you're going to have to know how to handle a kingdom. And just because you have flaming twigs in your hand don't mean jack snapple. So make sure you keep your guard up, especially when things can get a little bit heated, because most definitely in this depiction, I'm not sure if that's supposed to be Charybdis that this poor ship made a wrong turn in, and now the ship is being, spun around and smacked against the water rocks. Actually, never mind. There's a kraken in the water. That's just majestic. So when it comes to interaction with people, well, I would best have to say is unleash the kraken on them, but only if they do need it. But also make sure that you don't really overkill it, because you might say something that you might regret. So just keep in mind. Obstacle or motivating force? Well, how is that an obstacle? Motivating force, well, restoration, healing, and actually consider maybe going towards Apollo, because he actually might be a good motivator for you this month. Give you a good love tap. When it comes now to like emotions and love affairs and cheesy woozy wooey, this Two of Pentacles, it may look like, I don't know what, usually the Two of Pentacles is a card of like, I can't balance out between these two. One's heavier than the other. I'm trying to get them, to weigh out. This depiction's not really the same. If anyone has seen that meme of that dog that has protective eye equipment on and is kind of like lopsided, and the dog's like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, essentially that's what this card is saying based on the depiction. Because the poor guy, he has is that a comb? Yeah, he has a comb in one hand and a tomahawk in the other. So he's kind of like, I have no idea what I'm doing. So potentially, when it comes to love affairs, you might be kind of like confused on like how come people are not really being how they need to be. Or you might be in a position where you kind of feel like I don't understand why people don't understand me. I really don't get it, because for some reason, I mean, I know what I need to do and I know how to treat people, but for some reason, some people think that, wow, why you have a comb in your hand when really it's like a little saw knife. And that one's, well, it is a small axe, but still. People think I have a comb in my hand, but at least they know I have a tomahawk in my hand. So potentially it could be this month people may not really understand your emotions and how you express your emotions. If you're currently with somebody, potentially you might have to make sure that your significant other doesn't leave you empty-handed and alone when you need to have your assistance with something. Because, I mean, I hate to be point blank, but if somebody does that to you, and they've been with you for a while, hey, could you help me with this? And they're long gone. I don't know how else to put it, but really, dude? Your significant other needs your help, and then what do? Prance away like, oh, I didn't know he needed help. No, you kind of did say that before you decided to be all, prancing and, doing a swan kick midair and, just prancing off like a flaming fairy. But come on, dude. You're supposed to be there for them, not be all like, oh, I don't want to break a nail by, having a comb in my hand, miscombing my weave. Oh, no, I broke a nail by not making my hair straight, God forbid. Make sure that both you and your significant other are on the same page and give equally. If not, drop an anvil on them. Not literally. Suggested course of action. It being the Six of Cups. And in this depiction, I'm really getting the idea of take a moment to keep your emotional health and emotional standing in check. And just remember what brings you the best sense of emotional fulfillment and emotional nourishment. Remind yourself what brings that feeling to you, and primarily focus on having that be like your source of energy this month. But also still be looking forward, because at least, since the camera likes to have things be flipped the other way, she's actually facing towards, well, that way, which is right, which is looking forward, but also taking a moment to take a look in the past and remember, okay, this thing that made me happy, got me to where I am right now. So make sure you remember the past and cherish it. But most definitely, if there's something that is not really taking you seriously, time to, fling it and let Thanatos be like, here, I'll take it. Give me it. Because when something kicks the bucket or goes toodaloo off a cliff, it transforms into something better and something way more fitting. And that's what I got for Sagittarius. Next up is Capricorn. It's one of my favorite signs ever. In Capricorn, you get the ever so Royal Tarot, which is let's just say it's one of those like, oh, that poor soul of a monster just got, cut in half by a feisty woman who's not having it. It's just the artwork. And then next is Aquarius, and then Pisces last. Don't start yelling. Okay. So Capricorn, let's see what your dark goddess of the month is going to be. Let's not break my, wrist, because that's not recommended. So Capricorn, your dark goddess is, I'm going to butcher her name. No, that's not her name. Is Isbetpato. She's, I believe, Aztec. Yeah, I don't even know how I'm going to pronounce that, but I'm just going to call her Is. and her theme is purification, which that could have actually fit Sagittarius, but as for the daemon, if they'll be so sweet to cooperate and not give me a headache, is Ouroboros. Prince Ouroboros. And then as for the tarot, just like Sagittarius, six cards. Main center theme of focus for the month of May is the Ace of Swords. We got some clarity coming in. And then as for your physical, everyday, mundane, sense of security, health, finances, job opportunity, we have the World. Interactions with other people, learning a new subject, expanding of intelligence and wisdom of life. We have the we have Six of Swords. Wow. Okay. Obstacle or motivating force. Well, again, looks like so far we have no obstacles or, challenges so far for the first two signs. And motivating force is the Ten of Cups. But this does not really seem like a happy family life because it's just like, okay, we've won. And funny enough, in this deck, the Judgment card looks kind of almost identical to this one, just for giggles. For emotions, the cheesy woozy wooey, the relationships and spirituality. But primarily, it's just like lovey woozy wooey. Oh, look at that. See, does it not look... Now you tell me that does not look like the same. Somebody got lazy. But that's none of my business. It's like even the positioning is the exact same, but still. And then suggested courses. Not suggested intercourse. Dimwit. Suggested course of action for the month of May. Oh, great. Is, well, rude. Not it out of my hand. It is the Four of Pentacles. So hold on to your hat, Mac. No, don't really. Honey Bear, I didn't tell you to do that. Milkshake, quit it. There we go. Okay, so we'll take this from the top. So, Capricorn, the month of May is the month to purify anything that is being dishonest. And just purge the BS and make sure it stays gone. Because Ouroboros is one of the left-handed divines that'll tell you exactly how it is. Point blank. But that's the best way to be because hey, you can trust him no matter what and he's reliable. But as well, just be careful that you don't be too harsh with, telling somebody, hey, you ain't slick. You're going to stop thinking you're slick, and you're going to quit it. If you ain't going to quit it, well, the floor is going to be slick in a few seconds, and you're going to go skidding out the door, and hopefully you don't land on your face. Yeah, don't be that feisty, but still. If you can't really rely on somebody or rely on a source of information or anything at all, well, when you need to get out of your life. Heck, even running out like a lynch mob, running out a traitor from the village. Just be like a lynch mob and chase them out. And keep them far away. You can't trust them. Really, there's no real reason to have them around. Because it's like, I don't know. I don't know if I should have them anywhere near me. They might try and, be slicky slick. Nope, just get it out altogether. Because for the month of May, you're getting clarity. And even that, especially when this incoming full moon is, that's actually when you'll start having the clarity come in. You'll be able to see clearly about what's really going on that was once clouded. And you're ready to cut the BS out and make sure it stops moving and doesn't come back around for round 2 or 300. When it comes to like the work, finances, and security, it being the world, this depiction, I'm instead seeing a woman figure emerging from, it looks like something that was imprisoning her. And it looks kind of mad because, God dang it, I'm losing her. That kind of looks like Majora's Mask from Legend of Zelda for some reason. So this can actually be an indication of you finally being able to get a new home, start a new way of living. You actually may have finally ended your internship and finally you can actually get to real work and be compensated as you're supposed to be. You may also finally be breaking out of an illness that you've been facing for a long time. And for goodness, Lord Lanta, finally it stops. And this can actually be an indication of somebody triumphing over cancer. Because cancer is something that holds you down and it prevents a sense of security. But since, she's coming out of it, just like deuces, this can actually be potentially, if somebody is having cancer as a potential challenge, potentially this could be potentially saying that looks like cancer is going to go loser. Communications with other people, learning a new subject, Six of Swords. This depiction is a different kind of Six of Swords. First and foremost, you might actually be having somebody or like a friend of yours, because this woman figure actually has a bat and looks like she's talking to it. You actually might have somebody go be a little sneaky secret agent and spy for you. But also at the same time, you potentially might be studying about vampirism. And also maybe even trying to figure out and learn more about how to protect your energy and not allow people to eavesdrop on you. And, stalk your social media and be like, so what is my, two-timing ex doing? Is he, still being stupid? Is he still stalking me? What do you think, what am I going to name this bat? I guess we'll just call it Teeth. So Teeth, what is that ex of mine doing? He's still not blowing it right. Figures. So make sure you're not really stalking somebody or having somebody else do it for you, unless you know if it has to be done. Like say if somebody's in potential danger, then that's different. Obstacle or motivating force? Obstacle, non-existent. Motivating force, fulfillment is coming your way. A sense of emotional fulfillment at long last. This actually looks like it would be something at the the finishing of a Final Fantasy battle, and I would do the victory fanfare, but YouTube like, we did copyrighted. No, I don't care. But still, motivating force, it being that you're going to be enjoying a lot because of this world, Ace of Swords, having all that BS be gone, and having a transformation of security. You're being challenged to enjoy it. Well, it's not that difficult to enjoy something. You just keep stuffing your face with it. So enjoy it to the highest degree and highest potential. Love, romance, and true cheesy boozy boo land, or spirituality as well. Judgment, wakey wakey. Let's see if you learned the lesson. But when it comes to actually this, I can't get over this. Since these two cards are pretty much near identical, kind of, I'm really getting the sense to say, You're being challenged to really enjoy the love that you probably haven't been getting, and the emotional support or mental support or any kind of nourishing support. You're actually being challenged to actually look around and really see who's giving it to you, because you possibly may have been overlooking it. And yes, to be technical, if one of your biggest obstacles was getting back into contact with an ex, and having your ex not being a no-oh come back home, this potentially could be a situation where you may actually have a chance to, what's that called? Pretty much get a defibrillator unit on it, the love relationship, and give it a good clear, bring it back to life. If you're already currently coupled with someone, hold on. If you're currently coupled with someone, this could actually be an indication that something that you two have already gone through in the past may be coming around and be like, okay, have you two mastered this yet? Please, I hope so. Have you both figured out how to have emotional fulfillment and commitment and enjoyment? Please, I hope so. If not, again, fine. Make sure you really do enjoy each other's company to the highest point, and don't waste this opportune moment, because this can actually help you both progress. Suggested course of action. This depiction. Point blank, 100% meditate. Best way to go about this month: take your time, think things over, and really know for sure, and sit in perfect stillness and just have your own thoughts be going. And even do self-talk, like actually strategize with yourself. Say it out loud and then think a response in your head. And then just go back and forth to strategize. Because really, the best way to get through this month is relying on yourself and nothing outside of you. But really enjoy this month. Make sure you really listen to the truth of your inner self, and purify and throw out the window anything that's not really giving you the clarity. Yes, that's another one. Journaling a lot. That's another big one that really helps. Or even automatic writing. That's another good one. That's when you have to be like really in tune though, if you're gonna do automatic writing. Because if you're not in tune, you might be just influencing it, but you really gotta detach from it. So here, I'm gonna grab a cup of water, and then I'll be doing Aquarius and Pisces, and then after that, I guess it'll be open floor. I can find my wheels. There. Well, one of them. Shoes them off. Okay, I'll go right to the box. Grab some water. Next up's Aquarius. Oh boy. That's not even moving. Look, no. Ow. Okay, doke. So now at Aquarius, literally the water bearer. Oh boy, now I'm back on the spot again because I have Libra and Aquarius. Yep, a lot of blowing in replacements, at least for Western. Okie doke, Aquarius, the most chaotic sign out of them all. Alrighty, let's see what comes out for Aquarius. I don't know why these cards decide to be like, oh, we're gonna, play. I think there's like 58 cards in this Oracle deck. Let's play 58 card pickup. Now, ladies, let's not do that. I'm kind of nervous for which Dark Goddess came out. Milkshake, get in there. Well, that sounds so vulgar. Get in there, Milkshake. I don't know. I got nothing, okay? Honey Bear, why'd you do that? That's not very nice. Fine. And Aquarius's deck would be the Ghosty Spooky Tarot. I love how this Tarot deck is depicted though, because I'm in the artwork though. Being a little more advanced. Aquarius, let's see who your Dark Goddess is. Medusa, or Snake Lady, the Cursed One, yada yada yada, for appearance. And Aquarius's Daemon. Duke Ball? I believe that's how you say the name. Duke Ball? Mm-hmm. Oh, I know the feeling. Britt, I know exactly the feeling. That's been like with me and mine for years. But, it's like the point where it's like, okay, you're separated from distance, now you're back, separated again, back, separated again, back, separated again. It's like, can we do something else? Because doing this over and over again, boring. Come on, can we just stick? Because it's, getting old. But that's just me. I watch the universe just mess with me, be like, oh, you think you slipped? How about this? No. Well, you know what they say. Probably, well, I mean, you didn't hear this. You didn't hear this from me, but I heard from a bird. Heard from a bird that, to be technical, what you can do is actually pretty much put, I guess it's kind of like a glamour. It's a type of glamour, but you're not really targeting your appearance. You're targeting your voice box, and what you do is essentially you give the intention that what I'm going to be saying to whomever about whichever. Yeah. Like say, like if you're trying to, wake up somebody, pretty much you can put it as pretty much just like rubbing your throat chakra, but like say, where is, okay, not a torch, I prefer my blue topaz. Take a piece of angelite. And then just rub it in a clockwise fashion like so, and then just say, whenever I speak to insert person's name, every word that I say regarding waking them up, every word that I say, speak, and emit towards them, they'll understand it with full clarity, and they will understand the meaning of what I'm saying. You're targeting yourself. You're not influencing them. That way, what you're speaking, it'll click. Because one of the best ways to actually do work that'll be affecting somebody else. Oh, or wow. Well, yeah. But one of the best ways, actually, instead of like doing working and magic, well, life's life, and if he thinks it's crazy, well, I think life's something else too, but I mean, you don't hear me complaining about it. I just do this. But nonetheless, one of the best ways to actually do any kind of magic that's trying to like affect somebody else and trying to influence them, there's nothing in the rule book that says, okay, so I need to be, see here, I want this person to be more attracted towards me, but I don't know exactly what they're really attracted to 100%. There's no rule book that says this. Like a magical attraction oil, just go, just a little bit, just one drop. And then just tell the oil like this. As I apply this onto my skin and to my being, I now embody and pretty much become that what, insert person's name here, is most attracted to and cannot resist. Just bring it up yourself, and then there you go. You now become the embodiment of what makes them go, I'm gonna get you. There's no rule book that says you can't do that. And best of all, you're not targeting them or affecting them. You're really just influencing yourself. You're becoming what pulls them. You're not controlling them. You're not harming them. You're not even doing anything to them. You're just becoming what makes them go, oh, did I just hack? Did I hack the system? Oh, well, it happens. Exactly. Yeah. But even then, well, for me, I'm kind of like very, yeah. I'm very careful because back in the day, like many moons ago, what I used to do was, let's just say it was kind of a bit mean. I didn't do it that many times, but still. Like if somebody actually really hurt a friend of mine and say like she had a so evil, but I mean, heck, this is what happens when, you know, somebody messes with one of the girls, but still. If a friend of mine had a guy she was dating and he was being a prick, I just told her straight up, just like, look, I'm gonna do an attraction spell on him to have him come towards me and get all woozy-wooied, and then I'm just gonna be like, you know what? Nah, you're not good enough, no. And just crush him. Well, you gotta do what you gotta do, and besides, sometimes, yeah, literally, that's what I did. Like, cause you know how most of the time men are like, this ego of mine is so flawless. You validate it. No. You're my ego. Good. You deserve it, prick. I'm now doing Aquarius. I'm doing Aquarius right now. And so far it's looking okay. Not too bad. Core for Aquarius. And I'm Aquarius Ascended Moon, Retrograde Saturn, and all. Yeah, I just finished Capricorn. That was the last song. That was the last sign that I just did. I had like a water break. But why does that just creeped me out? How come this deck now smells like my love's cologne? It legit smells like his cologne. I'm legitimately about to screech like a schoolgirl. I'm not kidding. This smells like his cologne. This deck smells like his cologne. I'm not shitting you right now. I haven't smelled that cologne in years. No, girl, you do. Like legit. He used to wear crap. What's that called? It was by Pitbull. Pitbull Man, the white and blue one. Yeah. God, and I can't stop smelling this pile of cardstock. Yo, you want to buy some cardstock? No. Stop trying to smell, kid. And there was a reason why I got him that. Because, I mean, he didn't have any. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to see if I can find him some cologne. I just wanted to be a little bit nice. So I'm just looking at all of them. And then I just see this one, the Pitbull one. I'm like, what does this smell like? Yeah, I'm getting him this because my nose will be on him all the time. So, screw it. Which ones did you get? Well, you know about us, you know about Aquarius. It's the sign of like, what in the heck is it doing? Speaking of Aquarius, this is actually fits Aquarius. The core of the month of May for Aquarius is, oh Lord Jesus, that is a big ship. Big ship, not big no. Still. It's like, oh. Well, that came out of nowhere. 3 of Wands. Like, surprise, it's low. It's high tide at the pier because, get it? Because high, because it's ghost and it's floating above the water. High tide instead of low tide at the pier. Tried. Mundane, everyday security, all kinds of other things regarding physical health, wellness, security, housing. Temperance. We have the Alchemist in here, which, funny enough, kind of has like a sense of Aquarius with it. I've been thinking of mine for like 11 years. Yeah, I mean, for me though, let's just say that awkward moment when your intuition tells you, stick with him, just stick with him. Why am I going to stick with him though? Just stick with him. Okay. Sticks with him. And then shortly thereafter, well, not really shortly thereafter, but like once I learned how to do astrology and I read my astrology chart, I then got the confirmation saying that, yeah, you're going to have to really stick with him. Long before I even picked up like astrology and really learned it. And I got that intuitive thing to say, stay, back in 2010. Yeah, 2010. Like near the end of 2010, because I was about to be like, I don't want you anymore. You caused me a big headache and you're just nitpicking me. But intuition said, just stick. Okay, I'm going to stick. About, that was, say, 7 to 8 years later, looks up astrology chart. Oh, it's my karma to be with somebody that has psychological challenges and is unbalanced. And the complete opposite of what I'm expecting. Oh, look at that. That's exactly what I got. I quit. No. But seriously, having the intuition be all like, oh, you see? I told you I was right. Yeah, that was kind of like it. You know, Britt, that sounds like exactly kind of like in a way that I have with mine, except it's odd. It's, oh hey Lisa. It's kind of odd. It's kind of like how, actually, it's odd how I have it set up. Lisa, I'm gonna give you this while I'm thinking about it. Okay, there we go. But for me, one of the things that I did, obviously, is I actually put it in so that way no matter what happens, he can't be like influenced by any kind of magic at all. By doing a kind of working that's like, oh, you can't dodge it. because it doesn't go at someone, it goes inward and outward, so it can't be dodged or protected from. So essentially I put it in a way that's like, well, only my magic can affect him. Everything else just go. But one thing. Whenever he swings at me, he hits himself. Now, I mean, I didn't want to put that on there, but just, you know, in case if something were to happen, it's like, oh, hon, please don't do something. Don't do that, please. Don't put me through a lot of mental and emotional stress. Okay, now you're going to be getting it in 3, 2, 1. And I mean, I could just be simply like, okay, protection's off, and then, well, let's just say there's a lot of entities that are not really fond with his, you know, choices and actions, and this is one of them. And if you're new here, this is actually this is how I see how Lilith is depicted. Like true Lilith, the real Lilith, yeah, that's how I see her, like that. Yeah, she's one of the ones that's like, oh, well, look at you thinking you know how to, you know, really treat someone. Well, that's a shame, because in another few seconds you're gonna wish, you know, you weren't stupid. But nonetheless. So for Aquarius, is communications, interactions with others, and the good old loving learning a new subject. We have a flaming twig and a flaming hand. So let's say we have a lot of, you know, putting to use this, you know, long, blunt object. Obstacle or motivating force. Well, obstacle or motivating force is he who is hung most. Just go with it. Hey, I mean, there's nothing wrong being... Nope, stop it. Don't. No. When it comes to the cheesy romance, woozy stuff. I swear to God, Orlando, please don't you dare do it. Fuck this deck. I quit. Romance, cheesy woozy. 2 of Cups. Aww, cheesy. I said not to do that. What did you do? You do it. Oh, typical Aquarius reading. Typical Aquarius reading. Oh, you want me to not do that? I just did. Yeah. I mean, what could I expect? So, suggested course of action for the water bearer, or, you know, sign of with a maiden dancing with an urn, getting everything wet again. And that's a judgment. Screw this deck. I haven't used this deck in so long, and then it just does this crap. Like, okay, let's do it from top. So, for the month of May for Aquarius, the dark goddess is Medusa. You know, the demon snake lady. Cursed one. Yeah, you get the idea. So the month of May, well, just like, well, earlier I was talking about like, oh, well, I guess I'll just become what you get all woozy-wooey about and embody that. And then when you least expect it, well, look at that. And guess who's back? Wakey, wakey. Kind of like alluring them in to give them, oh, that's just mean. You know, allure them back in, but then awaken them by Kundalini. Troll face. I mean, heck, there you go. If you want to do it that way, well, that's an idea. You have Medusa being the alluring one, and then the snake being like, okay, got him. Time to go up his coccyx and all the way to his brain. Child, that makes no sense. still. Yeah. So this month probably might be more focused on alluring and pulling towards you and making yourself embody what they get woozy-wooied of. Now, Duke Vol, I'm not very familiar with, to be honest. Well, what I'm really getting with Vol now is saying, if there's somebody that you're having close conflict with, really, consider maybe trying to find a way to bridge the gap between two completely different sources and come to an agreement and bring that reconciliation much closer. And find common ground between the two. Can we not put my life on blast, please? But nonetheless. So then, as for the tarot part, let's, make me blush. Theme of the month is that, holy crap, look at that. Finally, it came in. It's much bigger than I thought it was. So for the month of May, expect something big. It's so hard not to say, like, you know what? He's only 2 inches short of a $5 footlong. He's only 2 inches short. You're the most vulgar kid I've ever met in my life. Stop that crap. So most definitely expect, something big to finally, come to shore. Your word choice, dude. You've been waiting for a long time for it, and finally, 3 million years later, here it comes. Headshot. And you weren't expecting it to be that big. Do it again, we're over with. For the physical, mundane, regarding finances, wealth, health, security, there's going to be a blending of having two potentially maybe conflicting elements, or actually recreating a new income source, or recreating a new living environment. And also with health too, you actually may be working on bettering your health and taking something that's a bit of a hindrance and actually making it have its advantage points too. Communications and learning a new subject interaction. This flaming twig. Well, most definitely there's going to be a lot of, a burning wind being thrown at someone and at each other. You might actually be being a little bit of, speaking about the nasty this month. Have at it. Bonus points if you make them blush in public. Just make sure you also watch your temper and not table flip too hard. Obstacle, motivating force. Obstacle. Even though you're hung, and you feel like, really, dude, you left me here hanging. At least you're not blue-balled. Actually take it as it is and actually see it from a different perspective. And that's when actually you're like, oh, this isn't so bad. I'm on top of the world, even though I'm not standing. And for some odd reason too, the future, because it's going this way, somehow the future is something evolving in your future, maybe what's keeping you, stuck midair. But as a motivating force, great time for self-reflection and meditating and just pondering your next move once you get down. He loves me, me not. Oh, Romeo, catch me, Romeo. No, broad, just jump. You can jump off and land on your own 2 feet. 2 of Cups. Do I have to say any more? You get the idea. Looking for somebody new? Well, there you go. You found your other, potentially. Or you might connect with someone on a deeper level. Even spiritually, you might actually connect with your better self and your best self this month. Already with somebody? Well, reconnection and bettering it and restoring it at a soul level. Suggested course of action for the month of May. You're being tested. Wakey, wakey. Did you pass? Nope. Well, your spirit got lost. So fine, let me go. Time for you to stand up and go and find it, kid. Hopefully you find it, because if you don't, you'll be stuck being a skeleton. This month, something might be coming around again for another chance. What do you do? That depends on you. You know what's best? I don't. Except my life. That's different. So be very aware of also of a full moon. The judgment card for that. And there's no other full moon or any other weather-like significance in any of the other cards. So incoming full moon, look for something to come back and be all like, oh, I'm back. Just be able to find a common ground after you're woozy-wooed yourself to having them be able to be fangirling about you. At least that's what I got for Aquarius. Last but not least, Pisces. Pisces. Okay, here we go. And Pisces is actually going to be having the Archeon Tarot. What's even more funny, so you feel the most full when you're daydreaming, or when you're actually seeing different perspectives. When you're in a perspective that's not really yours, you feel the most full. And when you have your connection to something that's not of this world, you feel secure and full. Well, that's a Pisces moon. Pisces moon. Moon is the planet that needs to be full and secure and is always happy. And it only finds happiness where it's placed. So in Pisces, one finds a sense of stability and security and feels the most full being connected to the other world. And I mean, to be technical, since Pisces is the sign of being intoxicated, not just the pour me another one. No. Intoxicated as in taking another perspective in, so that way you can see through it. But nonetheless, Pisces, let's see what comes out. Okay, looks like it's going to be Damon's first. Not bad. So, Pisces, your daemon is the good king Asmodeus. You know, to be quite honest, I love this depiction of Asmodeus. I mean, look at him. He looks so jolly. In my opinion, he does okay. So, since that is your dark goddess for the month, wow, that's... Okay, I'm just gonna go with it. Oh, I can't believe I forgot about this. Wow, I feel so bad. Anyway. So now. So now, the dark goddess for Pisces. The Morgan. Sovereignty. So, for everybody that's not a Pisces, get out of the Pisces way this month. I'm just saying this right now. Everybody that is not Piscean, get out of their way. Definitely get out of their way. Most definitely. King Asmodeus alongside the Morgan. King Asmodeus, when he lusts for something, He is like a shark to blood. The Morgan. You agitate her, she'll come at you non-stop until, you get tired, and then she'll just rip your head off. And then split your face into two by pulling it apart. Yeah, just get out of the Pisces way this month. But now for the tarot part. Okay, so we have a lot of drive this month for Pisces. So the centralized theme for Pisces for May, we have the Wheel of Fate. Okay. Well, looks like Pisces is getting the most so far. Wow. Atlanta, that's... Yeah, but again, you just get out of the Pisces way. And most definitely don't tell them that they're too emotional to do anything, because that might be your grave mistake this month. Just get out of their way. Health, wellness, financial security, and pretty much investments and mundane everyday. Four Swords. Talk about we're going to be having a lot of recuperation and healing and restoration and rejuvenation for health. But since this Four of Swords actually has depicted the woman actually getting up, so possibly this could be an indication of you may have been in a situation where you probably had to rest and not be outside that much and not interact with people lately, but now you're starting to be back to your normal self. When it comes to your line of work, you actually might be going towards vacation with this. And you probably were a bit relentless in getting it approved. We don't have any workers. My vacation. I told you, they can get feisty. Just get out of their way. So definitely, if you're going on any kind of vacation or long-distance travel of enjoyment, enjoy it. Most definitely enjoy it, and if someone tells you otherwise, just throw them off a cliff. Who cares? Bonus points if they land in their head. Communications, interactions with other people, and learning a new subject and expanding the mind. The Eight of Twigs. This depiction, we have a red woman who looks like she's having a ball. A ball, not balls. And I don't know why, I'm just going to go with it. Hello, is that you, dear? I think it is. When it comes to interactions with other people and learning a new subject, it's time to learn and enjoy yourself. Spoil yourself. And if anyone says, wow, you're so vain. Wow, you're so basic. What do you got? Oh, wait, nothing, because, you ain't got nothing, kid. You wish you were, as quote-unquote hot as me, because, your skin's red. And if you're trying to communicate with somebody, expect a lot of them Cupid arrows. Yep, a lot of that. If you're learning a new subject, you'll be picking it up simple and mastering it. Well, not really mastering it, but excelling it pretty quick. And you also might be having a lot of physical movement. And what's really odd is that, I see you, Cupcake, you ain't slick. What's really interesting is that the Four of Swords and the Eight of Swords, hang on, wait a minute, is that the same woman? Wait a minute. And even heck, the Four of Swords one's looking at the Eight of Swords. It's like, oh, I wish I could be like you. You can. Just do it. But I don't know if I can. Do it, woman. If I can do it, you can do it. Come on, Cupcake, up, up. But I don't know if I can just get up. So that actually could be even, you advocating, I need a vacation. No. But also getting a big thing to say. Get a little feisty, pushing for it. And don't be afraid to get a little bit, point blank about getting your well-deserved vacation. Because things are going to be moving a lot of heck fast. And don't really worry about what comes out of your mouth and how you say it. Just move it along swiftly. Obstacle, motivating force. We have Herald of Swords, or pretty much this is the Page of Swords. As an obstacle, hey, there's absolutely nothing wrong with telling someone that, hey, you're dumb as hell, quit it. But also at the same time, as a obstacle, you might be saying something that might potentially be immature. But still, heck, bonus points if you have to, quote unquote, metaphorically slice the ankle, you have to do what you have to do. Motivating force. You can be inspired to actually expand your vocabulary. And bonus points if you're able to, learn how to int somebody in a way that they won't understand it until hours later, and then they go, what was she saying again? I don't get it. 2 hours later, oh, she was insulting me. Yeah, that's when you go from a herald to a queen, just like that. Because most definitely this could be a month where you can actually expand your vocabulary and word choice, and heck, maybe even start the foundation to learn a new language. And no, learning how to speak stupid, that's not a language. Don't learn stupid. Please don't learn stupid. Because it's not even a wording language. Don't learn it. A lot of people think it'll be beneficial to learn stupid. Don't do it. It's a trap. Emotions, cheesy, woozy, wooey, spirituality, loves me, love me not. We have Justice, and hello, Themis. Haven't seen you in a long time. I know that feeling. So, May is the month for having things be balanced and weighed out. Just. This is actually a card of karmic debt being paid. So, if there's a romantic interest that owes you, this is the month that they're going to be like, oh, well, I feel like I need to be giving this to you. Well, you were supposed to months ago, you dimwit. That's going to actually start coming back in your favor. But if you're already with somebody, this could actually be negotiating and actually potentially a marriage card of potential. Or you actually might be considered, well, if you're working on the left-handed path, this could actually be a possible indication that you might be making a pact with one of the left-handed divines. Because one of the things that the left teaches is how to negotiate, how to make pacts, agreements, contracts. And one of the things that I think should be done, get them involved and negotiate and actually make the terms with them, not by yourself. And actually ask them, what would you like done in return for what I'm asking for? That's really negotiating. And negotiating is not writing out all the terms yourself and be like, how's that? I didn't even have a chance to say anything and you were just assuming I want this. Get them involved if you're working on the left and making a pact agreement. And also with another thing that I got for couples, this could actually be another reinstatement of vows. Suggested courses of action, or course of action, since there's only one. I'm having hot flashes again, I don't know why. I know it's not my time of the month. We get them too, okay? Suggest a course of action, well, we got the Empress. Well, most definitely being your queen energy, and we have two Venus cards here. Actually, the Libra and the Taurus card. So, hey, Lucifer, is that you? I see you. Yeah, I see you in there. Not very slick. I'm just messing. I love you to death. But still. Definitely enjoy this month. Because you'll have a lot of stuff being given back to you. And the Wheel of Fate moving forward. You well deserve it. So, This is a good way to put it, like pretty much have the last thing to say about it. Lust after what's rightfully yours, because you've earned it. Now go out there and get it and rip heads for it. Fatality. Because, yep, you're going to be bringing in a lot of comfort and a lot of security and a lot of wealth. And wealth of, I mean, the whole month of May is just looking so good for Pisces. Just be relentless in getting what's yours, because it's been long overdue. So enjoy it. And how long have I been live? Oh, about an hour. So I only need 24 hours. And then there's my 40. Well, I mean, 4,000. Even though, like one of the apps I use already says, oh, you're at 4,000. No, I'm not. Stop lying. Why you? No, I can't even reference that song because YouTube be all copyright. But other than that. So, let's see, anything else, anything new that I can think of? Well, I'm trying to think here. I can't really think of anything new that has happened other than I've told you about, like, what's happening between me and mine, like one-on-one on the text app or whatever. Yeah, I mean, it was going in the right direction, and then all of a sudden, okay, now I'm just vanished again. It drives me absolutely bonkers when that happens. But anyway, oh, there's that sec. Well, for the sunwise, yeah, but still, I mean, pretty much all that I can do is just nod and go with it. Nod and go with it. But I mean, still, it just gets to a point where it's like, okay, can we have enough BS, please? We have already too much, enough. Besides, don't you think, it's time for the Libras to get, they've been waiting for a long time? 3,000 years later, oh, Libra still hasn't gotten their thing yet? Okay, we'll keep that in mind. Oh, Libra has to sacrifice something now? No. Well, no. Not sacrificing themselves anymore because they've been doing that way too much. Now it's the other people's turn to do it. Hey, don't look at me. We've had our turn, endure BS. Now it's time for somebody else to get hit with the BS for some time. I'm not going to go any more into that because I might go on the table flip tangent. Oh, what happens? I have no idea where I'm getting these hot flashes from, but enough's enough. Actually, my faint on camera. No, that was a joke. Oh well. So finally, 3,000 years later, finally, let's see. Oops. That was not supposed to be that button, but we'll go with it. Hit any key to continue. So I hit the Control Alt Delete 3 times. No. Fast forward. It says 4K. 4K, not 4K. Nothing wrong with that. Actually, wait. 32. Oh, God forbid, I was off by 9. I still need to figure out what the heck am I going to do to really celebrate this thing. Oh, my lord. Hmm. 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 Yep, really, right now, I guess, is just open floor. Or whatever. Hmm. Oh, no, that's not good. Oh, whoops. Yeah, that's not gonna bode well. all I can really say. You know, I don't even know how to put it. It's just like so mind-boggling. It's just like, it's just like, why even? And even putting on a charade for so long. Don't even get why. Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream here before I, table flip.